912 multi-table tournaments, no sit and goes or anything like that, only MTTs.
For sure, it looks good. I mean, your red line's supposed to be negative. Uh, your your green line looks good. Everything's going up. So all those things look good.
Okay, cool.
It's
So when
like
I look at this and I look at like I'm $1,000 like below zero, I shouldn't be worried about that.
I wouldn't say that necessarily, but
Oh,
those other stats are nice. You know, it would be a lot worse if the if your big blind per hundred stats look like that too.
yeah.
Um, we just can't really know. It's not like cash games where how many chips you win correspond
Right.
to how good you are, which is a
Yeah.
weird thing to say, but it's how the game goes. I was gonna say this is how the cookie crumbles, but that's really dumb. All right, let's go. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
All right, cool. So, oh, this is the very end.
Yeah, you're playing in reverse time.
I don't know how to change that.
Yeah, close this out and pull up your big database thingy. Or hit the date button. Boom. No. You see where it says all hands to the right in the
Yeah.
middle? Yeah. Just do like most recent 100 or 125 even. If you want to click the one all the way at the bottom where you could specify the number of hands.
Okay.
Yeah, do like 125. No,
Or,
125. Yeah.
oops. Okay.
Not 126. Cole, come on. Alright, let's replay.
Come on. My. There we go. My mouse has been acting funny.
What was first in this thingy?
Who's first?
What was first? First place.
I think it was like a couple $1,000s.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I was really disappointed at the end. I got my ace queen suited sucked out by ace deuce offsuit, I think. So, whatever. That's how it goes. All right. So this is. Oh, why are we? Oh, I see. We skipped the first part of the tournament. This is obviously a fold for me right here.
Yeah, can you move the HUD so it doesn't block everyone's chip stack? And hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yo, I'm in a coaching session. Alright. Just called and hung up as soon as I answered. uh, I'm super professional, sorry. So far we only done like 2 minutes of actual session time, just so you know.
You are the keeper of the keys. Keeper of the time, Daryl.
I'm very fair.
I see that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Don't be too hard on it. I mean, talking about my graph and stuff, I consider that definitely coaching. So.
Well, what is this dinosaur comic template? This is what I'm curious about.
Have you ever been to, okay, this is not coaching. Have you ever been to quant.com?
What?
Quants.com. So this guy, he takes this template and he just fits in all kinds of stuff, and just makes a comic out of it every day. Yeah, you can see the website right there, quants.com, and this is what he does, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Hold on, I read Catcher in the Rye, so I want to read this.
Yeah, I'll drop it in Skype for you.
All right, cool. Have you read Catcher in the Rye?
Oh, years and years ago.
I thought it was a great book.
You know, when my minor was English, so I was just getting into English literature. I didn't understand how to read it. I didn't understand like what the point of it was. But I had an incredible professor at the time, and he really, really illumined things for me in that regard. So yeah, after the fact, it was really enjoyable. During the read itself, I was just like, This kid's just a crab. What
Well,
the heck is his
wait a
problem?
second. Is illumined a word? Is that a word? Because that sounds really cool.
Illumined.
Yeah, is that like illuminate? Like someone. I didn't know that was a word. That's a cool word.
I like it.
Yeah, I will be using that.
Cool.
And I'll give you.
You don't have to give props to me either when you use it.
Yeah, that's a really cool word. All right, still 2 minutes. I keep wasting your time. All right,
Sorry.
let's go. Let's do the poker.
Cool. So this is obviously a fold unless everyone flats. Nobody does. It's a fold. All right. So do you want me to explain like my thoughts or anything or what?
Uh, I'll I'll ask the questions. You just shut up.
All right.
What should you call it there?
What should I call?
Yeah,
Uh, Given his stack, I feel like I can shove.
yeah. I guess shove rather. Yeah.
Um, Given his stack and the size of the big blind, I feel like I should be maybe a little bit stronger than sevens, like eights plus ace. I feel like I could probably do this with like ace ten suited plus.
Yeah. So all right, good. I think seven's gonna be a call with the right image. If you know he's shoving wide.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the problem is like, so if you plug this into ICMizer, it would definitely say sevens as a call.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, let's check this out. Just plug this into ICMizer. Let's see if I'm right, because maybe I'm wrong. You have details. This is mostly for my ego, not for training purposes.
Where's my
Alright, paste the hand. Take it off that ICM percentage EV. I hope you haven't been running calcs with that on.
No,
Else,
I've been actually been clicking Chippy V, right? And I don't know why it continues to revert.
uh, alright, cool. So if you calculate Nash, so if you Nash, I wouldn't be surprised if it even says like sixes make you 100 chips or something.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's worth it right here though.
Right. So my guess would be sixes make you like 100 something chips. What?
Oh, 2,600 chips.
I don't know anything. See that? So
Wow.
sixes make you a lot. What if we tighten up his range though? Because I don't think the average guy shoves wide enough here. Like,
Okay, so he's at 28%.
yeah, like I don't think I think he shows closer to 20%.
Let's see what 20% looks like.
Yeah, take it off Slansky Chubakov and use the power push. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's way more reasonable. Take off like ace five offsuit.
Yeah. You
Um,
think? Yeah, you can definitely shove deuces here.
yeah. So I think this is way more reasonable. So
Okay.
versus I guess a competent shover, we should snap call sixes here. So I guess I just fold too much. All right, hit
We'll
count.
recalculate.
Yeah.
This will tighten this up a little bit.
I think a lot, but maybe I'm wrong.
Uh, you know the pokers more than I do.
I don't know anything.
That is the beginning of knowledge, Daryl. Should it take this long?
So you've read the Socrates quote, right? The only thing I know is I know nothing. Um, right?
Yes.
Have you heard the skeptic's addition to that?
Is it something like, and I don't even know if I know that?
Yeah, it's like the only thing I know is that I know nothing, and I can't even be sure of that.
Yeah.
That was so great when I read that. Um,
Oh, it's the internet. It should work. I bought a Cat 7 cable for my computer to speed up the internet, so it should work.
uh,
Well, we may not be able to do this right now then.
yeah, okay. This was interesting. Alright, let's just skip.
All right, cool.
Not being able to use ISO is going to be a pain. But
There have been times where I've been able to restart it, so I'll go ahead and do that right now, and then we can continue with the hand history and come back to that in a minute.
yeah.
Well, fold. I'm assuming you don't want to see action on the table where his hands I folded, right?
Yeah. Be faster this way.
Okay. Fold, 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 fold. And, oh, this is interesting.
What do you think?
What do I think? I mean, there's definitely eights and nines in his range. There's a lot in his range that hits this board really.
Yeah.
So the shove probably isn't a good idea, but I don't like. First of all, it's a pretty weak bet. He's betting 33% of the pot.
Hmm.
So I don't really figure he's getting much value out of it. I feel like he's probably trying to just make me fold. Which is the reason I probably shoved here.
Right. How do you think your hand does when you get called?
Very, very poorly. I get called by a lot of two pairs and a lot of straight draws here.
Yeah.
And a lot of queens that beat me.
Yeah. So this is a very difficult hand to discuss because you have 4 options. And at least just realizing you have 4 options is pretty good. Like, 1, option 1's the call. 2, option 2 is the shove, which I didn't even consider, but it's kind of interesting. Option 3 is to raise and then get it in if he shoves.
Mm-hmm.
Option 4 is to raise, get it in if he folds. Fold if he shoves.
Okay.
So figuring out which one of those is best out of 4 is very difficult. It's hard enough when you have to choose between 2 buttons.
Right.
You got like 4 buttons. So you have to figure out the best line for all 4, and that's really damn difficult.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
I mean, a safer line would be, I don't know. I hate like just calling, flatting, and saying, "Let's see what he does on the turn." There's so many bad cards for my hand right now.
Queen Jack, King Ace.
Yeah, I mean, any card between a 7 and a king is bad for me, pretty much.
An 8, a 9, and a 7 isn't bad.
Really?
Well, what does a 7 do?
I mean, he has hands like 7-8, 7-9 out there if he's flatting with like 7-10 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It puts more draws out there, I feel.
Yeah, I mean it's not like the best card, but it's not. I don't think it's in the same category as like a Jack or a 10 or King or Ace.
Right.
8 or 9 is not the best card either, I guess. That's a good point. So the only thing I would say is when you have a choice between many options, you have to be really confident the one that involves you putting in. You have to be really confident to take the one that involves you putting in all your chips.
Mm-hmm.
Especially deep in a tournament. This is a really difficult spot. I think you should just call. I think shoving your equity's really shit.
Yeah.
You're probably better off shoving with 10-8 or something.
Right.
So yeah, I think you should just call.
Okay.
But yeah.
Ooh.
And
I probably got lucky.
Whoa. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
If he calls you with that, I mean, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because he'll call you with that, he'll call you with 9-10, maybe he'll call you with 8-10 and 8-Jack.
Right.
cool. I mean, you won the max. I would have just won 3,000 chips. You won 34,000.
Yeah, but in the long run, your play is better. I mean, shoving here is a pretty donk move because you don't maximize your equity in the hand. You get called by things that are usually better, so you end up busting. I mean,
Yeah,
that
but
seems to be obvious.
if
This
I
time it worked out for me, but
if I knew he'd call you with Jack 9, I like a shove.
sure, sure.
It's a very good shove if he calls with a pair plus gut shot.
Right.
Um, I don't know, pretty cool. I didn't even think about that. I mean, the result is really good, but I don't know. I don't know if we can know that. It's a pretty low buy-in, so maybe it's, and he has a lot of chips, so maybe it's fair to assume he would just gamble with all you with a pair plus gut shot.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, good. It's your ICMizer reload.
let me bring it up.
Good.
Hands like 10-7 here, I'm usually folding. If it's 10-8, I probably call.
Yeah, I
10-9.
mean, it's hard to say one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's really hard to know what is a good call and what isn't, because it's just like you'd have to like literally play out, like understand how like most of the flops are going to play out, how every player is going to play those boards, and it's just like theoretically you can call there with 7 deuce offsuit and show a profit if your opponent's played badly enough.
Right.
So it really depends. Go ahead, just let this load.
Cool.
No HUD. Where's your HUD?
What? Oh, sorry. Show hide. And wait. Oh, you wanted just to see their?
Yeah, don't cover there. Yeah, put it over. Put those over.
Hmm.
Never
Oh,
mind.
like that.
Yeah. Good.
Cool.
Alright, so you went for a steal here. Seems reasonable.
Oops.
Yeah, it's good. Nice hand.
I'll wind it. And obviously a fold.
Yeah. I think your ICMizer's working.
It is. Let's see if
He still has the 20%, so just like calculate.
cool.
I guess just let it load.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll be over here.
There we go. Still 6 is our call.
Wow.
Huh.
Alright then. Well, that's usually.
What if he's tighter? What if he's like 15? What's the tightest you think he would be there?
Tightest.
Take off like ace 7 off, ace 8 off.
Yeah, ace 7 off.
Take off like king 9 suited, jack. Take off deuces and 3s.
Okay.
So this is worst case scenario. Tightest player you could possibly run into, in my opinion. Let's see what we should call there. Here.
We'll let it load.
That's good.
There it is.
So no matter what, like even So we ran three sims, and you got three different ranges of what you should call with. So what do you think we should do? What should our calling range be here, based on these three sims we've done?
I mean, if he's shoving this tight, I'm okay folding sixes. But if he's shoving just like a little bit wider, then sixes are a definite call here.
Okay, so what do you do in this spot where you're not sure what range he's on?
I can use my HUD, I guess.
Let's say you have zero hands on someone, or only 5 hands, or 20 hands.
Zero hands on someone.
Let's say you have 20 hands on them, and it just doesn't tell you much, which is usually the case.
So, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, I was just saying that's usually the case. You don't have a big sample on people.
Right. So I feel like it's better to assume they're shoving a little bit tight than wide if you don't have any history on them.
Yeah.
That way you don't put yourself in a worse spot than you need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I don't have any history on him here, I'm folding sixes. But I mean, do we really think he's shoving that tight? That's the question. How do we know?
So what the 16% represents, and when we're doing these calculations, we're showing like I feel like 16% him shoving. That's like worst case scenario, and the 28% was like pretty close to best case scenario.
Okay.
And about 20% was probably like in the middle.
Okay.
And you got three different ranges for that. This is like worst case scenario calling range. And then there was the other three. I mean, you could go back and relook at them, or just if you remember them. So what do you think we should do?
Here?
Yeah. What should we call sixes? Should we call ace-9 suited? Should we call...
I mean, we shouldn't call ace-9 suited here. We can't really call fold. We can...
Oh yeah, I just mean shove, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I don't like, I mean, I don't like shoving sixes here for a profit of 1/40th of my stack.
Right. So run this at Nash again and get your profit for sixes. Well, I think it was 2,600 chips, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So
that was with him shoving at like 20%, right?
Yeah,
28.
Yeah, hit calculate. Okay.
Yeah,
So your profit is going to range from one big blind to a little bit less than half a big blind here. So the idea isn't to think about this is my profit, it's 1,000 chips. It's like my profit is somewhere between here. And if you shove 20% or something, you know, it's whatever, 1,600, whatever it was. And then decide based on that. We can't make decisions on, you know, with the assumption that we know exactly what our opponent's range is.
Right.
So what do we do? Worst case scenario, it's like probably a slightly bad call. Best case scenario, it's probably like a decently good call.
Yeah.
And then somewhere in the middle, it's like he shoves 20%. I guess it's just like a decent call.
Right.
So what do? Probably slightly good call if it shoves 20%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's tough. It's very tough. What would you say about sevens now, though, after running these three sims?
Sevens, I'd be comfortable in all three situations, all three of his ranges.
Yeah. So sevens have to be in there.
Yeah.
For sure. And sixes, we're just kind of unsure of. Perhaps you can flip a coin or something. Try and get some reads.
Right.
But yeah, that's very important facet of poker is that you just can't know what people's ranges are. You just, you want to call sevens because it does good versus a lot of ranges, and we're unsure about sixes because it does good versus some ranges and does kind of good versus some ranges and kind of bad versus some ranges. So
Mhm.
it's tricky. Um, Generally, you want to call hands that have a high chance of being good versus a bunch of different ranges.
Right.
So I want you to like kind of change your perspective on the whole game. Like this is like a facet of the whole game. It's like you don't just put someone on a range and then know what to do. It's like they have a bunch of different ranges, and you
Hmm.
want to make plays that are good versus all those possible ranges. All right, we can move on.
It's very insightful.
I'm the best.
Right. Oh, this is pretty simple. Ace deuce, ace king, I win. Yay.
It's not a good play by your friend. Happy Fido.
Yeah, I made sure to put that in the type box and tell him how badly he sucked and all. I'm just kidding.
You gotta talk shit.
I just, I can't stand it when people do that crap. Okay. Oh, wow.
I don't mind it, but I feel
I
like
don't,
3x under gun's really strong. I kind of like your folds.
yeah. If it's not 3x, usually if it's like 2 or 2.5, I'll flat there
For
with
sure.
ace jack offsuit.
Yeah.
But I'm just dominated. His range has so many better aces than mine.
Yeah, I don't feel like he has many worse hands than you, or many hands you're doing well versus.
Hmm. I mean, his stats are. I mean, but his stats are pretty wide. Like pre-flop raise, 22% over 182 hands.
Yeah. Uh, um, I mean, it's just based on, like, I guess whatever your intuition was telling you. Like, it's pretty well known, but for anyone I coach, like, we all kind of know that Daryl's Magic Cut
Yeah.
experience. I love you. You're the best. Uh, yeah, almost everyone I talk to is like, they're just, whenever someone 3Xs or makes a really big bet, they just fold. Um, so you should try and do that versus regs and fold when fish do this to you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you 3X versus a reg, it just won't fuck with you. It'll play like shit.
Okay. That's good to know. Sorry, this is gonna bother me.
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
that better.
Cool. Definitely fold, fold, fold. Every once in a while, I'll get splashy and I'll raise that, but usually only if I'm in the cutoff, just to steal.
You could do it if big blind's tight, but we don't know. We don't get hands on people.
Yeah, 19 hands isn't anything.
Did we talk about attacking stack sizes like that?
Um, we talked last time about like when I'm in that when I am in push fold range, like 11 to 15 or 16. There's a lot of raise folds I can do with the very worst of my range,
Yeah.
or even slightly below, like King 8 offsuit or King 7 offsuit. There's a lot of raise folds I can do.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
No, so this spot's a bit different. So I want you to go back to that hand, that ace 3 hand, and put yourself in the big blind shoes.
Okay.
So, last Cole raises, world class player. Well, how do you feel with like a lot of different hands here? Like shoving, you know?
Uh, yeah. So I'm only happy with. I'm only happy when I have like. I don't know. He could shove a lot. He could shove tons of pocket pairs, almost all of them.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Go and hit launch an equity calculator so we can look at some hands. And just click all the hands you think you could shove.
okay. Cool. So where's he? Right here.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Can't really get anything off of his stats. I like this range a lot. You can shove King 9, Queen Jack. He's not coming over. I'm trying to think what I would do here. Let's see. So we're talking about. This is tricky. We're not talking about a calling range if we're shoved on. We're talking about a calling range or a shoving range if we're just raised.
Yeah.
I shove all of these. I don't shove that.
Okay, so you shove about 15% of the time.
Yeah.
So, I want you to think about big blind situation, like the capability, maneuverability that he has, flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like when so this is important to think about. How do you think he feels about shoving here? Do you think he can get you to fold? Do you think if you were in his shoes, would you feel like you can shove here and get the opener to fold? The guy who
I feel like he has almost no fold equity here.
Okay, so this is a strategic advantage. When someone cannot bluff you, you are playing a game where you have the advantage.
Okay.
It's like, I'll give a few analogies. So it's like, it's a built-in advantage. It's unchangeable. It's like if you were to play one-on-one basketball with LeBron James. I haven't seen you physically in person, but I imagine he would just have a very big advantage that's just not changeable.
Right.
You know? And just like in this game, you just have a big advantage on him because he cannot bluff you.
Right.
Because he's so short. Just like LeBron James is going to dunk over you because you're so short. Or it's like, do you play chess?
I know how.
Well, if you want, we should play sometime.
I'm abominable.
I'm not that good. I'm like 1,300 something rating at Blitz. Anyways, it's like having the knight on d5 or something like that. If that makes sense, where it's just you're just in a pretty advantageous position.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to attack in situations where you have strategic advantages, like your opponent can't bluff you is a pretty nice one.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes this spot kind of a good spot to steal. And there's a whole bunch of other like strategic advantages we can get into and talk about later, or you can ask me questions about it now, or we can go to another hand, or do whatever the fuck you want, Cole.
All right. So I raise here. This is obviously a raise fold, though, right?
Yeah, I would actually raise fold this, but I don't think he should expect you to fold too much.
Okay, so I mean, if he is shoving, we could probably just believe him and go on to the next hand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't need to calculate this, do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, that's not helping. Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 other random hands, which not just random hands, like any two is what random means.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to have everyone else fold. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I know my ace-3 is behind if he shoves there anyway.
Show. Ace-3 almost always has 30% equity when people shove.
Okay.
It's never much more or less, unless their range is super wide. And if it's suited, you have like 33. I'm curious if this queen nine is a call, but
Okay.
the problem is you can't. ICMizer won't do the math of you just calling and then folding to the big blind shove.
Hmm.
So it would have to make you shove, and that would skew the results.
Yeah.
What do you think
So
you
how
could
do we
shove
figure
here?
out? Sorry.
What do you think you could shove here?
What do I think I could shove? Um, I could shove probably like fives plus.
Alright, I think
Uh,
that's way too tight. Let's pace this out.
okay. Oh no. Had to be corrected.
It's a good thing when you're
Oh no, you're
corrected.
right.
Means you're getting better.
You're saying that to make me feel good. It's
No,
okay.
no, I'm not.
All right, so
Just to calculate Nash and then calculate. Or maybe that was already Nash. Yeah, it was.
wow. Okay,
Queen 9 offsuit's a good jam here? Jesus.
it has him at 44%. Oh, he's got three big blinds, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, like, fives, like, deuces is making you almost a big blind.
Yeah, no, it's totally worth it.
Um, but what if he's tighter?
What if he's tighter?
We never just run one range.
Right. So 44% is one range. Let's say 35%.
Sure, and use power push. We don't like Slansky or Chubakov. I don't know who Chubakov is.
He's a Russian, probably.
That's a good observation. Slide it again so we get the power push. That's still Chubakov and Slansky. There you go. Alright. Julio. Now hit calculate. Okay, deuces still good, 4,000 chips. Any ace deuce suited, still 4,000 chips. King 9 suited, pretty good. What about big blind? What if he, only overcalls? So that's pretty wide range for him to call. Like, I don't think he's calling that with you with ace 3.
Probably not. If you get to put, like, if you get that under the gun +2 push and then my push,
Yeah.
he's going to be.
Let's try 20, and then we could try 15 afterwards if you want.
Okay.
And then we could try 10 afterwards if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's that fucking wide.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. Did that change our range a lot?
Change our range.
Yeah, what were we able to call last time? Do it again. Take them back to 26 and see what it says. So this time we could call 30%. We could shove 36%. Let's see what it says now. I don't think it changed much.
It didn't a whole lot. It was every ace. It was
33, so it's like 3%.
Yeah, I like tightened up these right here.
Okay. Now take them down to like 15, 13, whatever. $41. Yeah, I think that 16% range is pretty damn likely.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should jam Queen 9 offsuit though for 1,000 chips. How often do you bust? Not that often. 10% of the time. That's not very often. I mean, you lose 3 big blinds pretty often, but you wouldn't bust that often.
Right.
Huh. So we should call pretty wide here.
Yeah.
How wide do you think we should call? Should we run another calc with this guy only shoving 30?
Let's see. If he's shoving 30, queen 9 would offsuit would definitely be a fold.
Yeah.
I want to see. Let me look at 30 again real quick.
Yeah, it's possible he's that tight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is close to the worst case scenario.
All right. Oh wow, queen 9 is still profitable, but
Yeah.
not profitable enough, in my opinion.
Okay, so we ran this 3 times. What should be our call range here?
Call range?
Our shove range, sorry.
Probably any suited ace.
Yeah, any pair.
Any suited ace, any pocket pair. Ace 3 plus.
Yeah.
King 10 offsuit plus. Queen 10 offsuit plus.
I think these are pretty good ranges.
Yeah. Jack 10 offsuit, definitely. And then, like, even 6-7 suited is worth it. 6-7 suited, 9-7 suited, Jack 8 suited.
Yeah.
And like Queen 8 suited,
Yeah.
King 5 suited. I like all of those.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal because you don't bust that often. So.
Right.
So yeah, you could get away with a lot lower profits. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So you've learned something.
I did.
Queen 9 still fold, so. And he had queens, so.
Well, then we would have gotten stacked.
He had queens and the other guy had your 9.
Yeah.
You would have been crushed.
That would have been the 10% that I bust.
Yeah, good rep.
That's the second time he's 3x right there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just what he does.
Yeah, if he keeps doing it, I stop giving it credit.
Yeah.
Fold here.
Yeah. And no one had an ace, yay.
Nice. Got heaps of chips.
Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. This is another one of those that could be a raise fold.
The problem is, they, like, now look at their situation with their stacks. Like the 2 blinds, especially.
Yeah. They're going to be shoving a lot.
Mm-hmm. You could get shoved as a bluff, so their stack is enough to get you to fold, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not so many chips where they have to worry about shoving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a very perfect stack for them.
Right.
And big blind's very aggressive.
Yeah. Well, that's only like. Oh, that's 60. I was looking at the other guy.
So
Yeah.
I'll give you some practice thinking strategically here. So say, strategically, you open the cutoff. Aside from position, just based on stack size alone. So you open the cutoff. Is this a good spot stack size wise for button to 3-bet you? Just given your 2 stack sizes.
He's got 30 big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
That's tricky. Let me think. Let me switch the roles real quick. I almost never 3-bet fold there, and that's like with like 30 big blinds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a tricky question. What does blinds do? So we're saying if we have my hand right here,
Yeah.
a6, given how wide I'm opening, or not opening rather, I feel like him 3-betting me, he's definitely splashy enough to do it. How do we think through this?
Alright, so what we can do is run an experiment with IC Miser.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you would figure this out on your own, especially because you don't know you can model these spots on IC Miser, so I just have to tell you.
Okay.
You can model this situation from your perspective and um, see what you could do versus his 3-bet range at different stacked ups. So,
Okay.
view hand details. Paste the hand. So, the way to run experiments, right, is to kind of keep everything the same and just change one variable at a time to notice the effect. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to say you open, the hero of the story, protagonist. The button puts in a 3-bet.
Okay.
To, I don't know, whatever you think you 3-bets to, say 32,000. Yeah. Alright, so now you're going to give him a range for 3-betting.
Okay.
Do the one in the middle. The first 8% in the middle. The one to the left of that. That's the call range.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So this is all. So start with the hands he 3-bets and calls your shove with.
3-bets and calls my shove with. With 30 big blinds,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be too happy with that. Or with that. With that. Maybe. I feel like you'd probably 3-bet and call with these.
Okay, and now see how that's like 6.5%
Yeah.
value hands? Give them like another 6.5% bluffs.
Okay. Manually?
Yeah, just don't like overload on like one card, because if you chose like every like king deuce, king 3, king 4, king 5, king 6, it's gonna tell you not to shove any hands with a king. So just pick like offsuit, like low offsuit junk, like the deuce 3s and.
Oh, I see. So like a polarized range here, like.
Yeah, the range doesn't matter so much. Just let me show you something. Like click like king deuce through king 6. As his
suited or
bluffs.
offsuited?
Offsuit as all his bluffs. Yeah. Yeah, add like king 7, king 8, just for extra emphasis, actually. Okay. Actually take off king 8 and king 7. Sorry.
Alright.
Alright, and then close out that. Go to the 6.6%, because that would be his call range. Make sure that's right. Okay. Now hit calculate. So what's this going to show you? This is going to show you is like it doesn't want you to shove kings like really at all. Like
right.
Compare king jack suited to queen jack suited, or like king jack off to queen jack off. You know. Why do you think that happens?
Well, because we've told the computer that he does this with a lot of kings, and so if he does call us, since the raise fold, his range of raise fold has a lot of kings in it. If we do get called, and we have a king, then we have fewer outs.
Well, he's not gonna call your shove. Oh, well, so if you do get called, that means he has like 7s plus ace jack plus.
Right.
It doesn't mean he has like king deuce, king 3, king 4, king 5, king 6.
Right, those are raise folds.
Yeah. So what's happening here is that you're decreasing the probability that he bluffs. You're decreasing the chance that he has the king deuce through king six and tries to bluff you with those.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Decreasing the probability that he bluffs.
Yeah. So, like, let's say, we're playing a game, and I say, Cole, I'm going to use an extreme example. Cole, I'm only going to bluff when I have a deuce in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So we're playing the game, and then for some reason you just have all four deuces in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the probability that I'm bluffing when I bet them?
0%.
Yeah, because you block everything.
Right.
But if you had none of the deuces, I could be bluffing. So that's
Okay.
what's happening here. When you have king queen offsuit, you're taking away one of the kings that I would bluff with.
Right.
But anyways, that was not the main thing of the story. So go back to the 11%. That's more of like a advanced thing. So anyways, take off all the kings and just pick like low cards that won't affect the range too much.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
Okay.
Good job. All right,
Thank you.
calculate.
I know what crap hands are.
Alright, so it says you can shove 38%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to do this experiment, we're going to keep everything the same and change one variable.
Okay.
And we were talking about stack sizes, so that's the variable we're going to change. So give Button more chips and give you more chips, so you're both playing bigger stacks. Give you just an extra 30,000, 250k. Give yourself. And give him 250k. Okay, so we kept the range the same. All we did was give you an extra 4 big blinds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now hit calculate.
Wow.
Right. Now let's experiment again. We can change the variables up a bit again.
Okay.
Change the stack size. Go smaller. So instead of 210k, go 180k. So 30k in the other direction. Keep your raise back in there.
Oops. What did I do?
Fix his 3-bet size. It wasn't to that.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't. Well, why did it do that?
I don't know. 32.5, I think you had it as.
Yep.
Yeah, 31.5. Okay, so range exactly the same. Just took away 30,000. Now look what happens.
Wow.
So now put yourself in the big blind shoes. What type of stack would you rather 3-bet here? As a bluff.
Oh man. What type of stack would I rather?
Yeah.
Wait, what type of stack?
Yeah.
Oh, the deeper stack, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the deeper stack.
Yep. Especially when you're in position. Not as much when you're out of position so that you can call. But in position, playing a deep stack out of position is very hard. You can't just hit the all-in button.
Mm-hmm.
So you as the opener, when you have a stack like this, it's a very good situation for you to open because when people do try and play back at you, you don't need them to bluff as much for you to just be able to shove on them.
Mm-hmm.
So this tells you, what guys to 3-bet and what kind of stacks are good to open on.
Okay.
So if me and you play the situation, and in one situation you had 40 bigs, in another situation you had 30 bigs, and I was the one in position, I'd destroy you if you had 40 bigs. But if you had 30, not so much.
Right.
Well, I'd switch up my strategy actually. I might um, I'd lose less, but like at 30 bigs, I'd probably flat you in position here with a lot of my range actually, rather than 3 bet. Um,
Yeah.
well, that's a bit more in balance. But anyways, thinking about these stack sizes and relationships and understanding that how many chips you have is actually a pretty fucking big deal. Like you could go from just go to 195,000, like 2 big blind difference, which you probably don't even consider in game, and look at how big of a difference it makes.
So,
Yep, calculate. Oh, fucking change the size again.
oh, oh man.
It might have done that when you did it the time where you went 240 as well, and we didn't notice.
Ooh. Uh,
31.5. It's a weird tweak or glitch rather. Yeah. Yep, goes. Didn't work.
sorry.
It didn't work.
What?
And also, yep, you gotta click OK afterwards. You gotta click the raise button afterwards. There we go.
There we go.
Now hit calculate. So I think it was 68% before, and now it's 51.
Right.
So pretty huge difference. Just a few big blinds here, a few big blinds there.
Yeah.
Changes what you can do quite a bit. This isn't a perfect model because as you get shorter, the button's going to 3-bet call a wider range as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of have to just keep all the variables the same to show an important principle of the game.
Right.
So yeah, anytime in poker where you could keep all the variables the same and then just change one and and see the results, you're gonna learn something like important or fundamental.
Yeah.
Gotta be a scientist, man.
Absolutely.
It's like wish I could do impersonations. I was gonna do the Jesse Pinkman impersonation in Breaking Bad.
Oh.
So whenever just be like science, man. Whenever you show him cool meth making tricks, be so pumped. Anyways, I'm very tired.
Cool. Well, if you feel like you would rather stop than invest.
Yeah, it would be best to stop.
Sorry.
It would be best to stop at this point.
Cool.
Well, I'm very tired. Okay. Good times as usual. Did I record? I think I did record. Am I recording?
You didn't say anything at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm recording. We're good.
Okay.
Alright, let me end this recording.